Hey guys, it's Saturday here on Pagan Perspective. I am your host Brendan, and this week we are talking about Charmed. So, this week's topic is all about our perspective on Charmed from a real witch's perspective. So, starting out, this is my housemates. It is the DVD collection of Charmed, so seasons 1 through 8, which has the Book of Shadows, a few pages and stuff thrown into it. I started practicing back in 2000 when I did my first dedication, acknowledged my existence as a witch, and Charmed was massive then. I believe it started in 1998. It was also the time when Buffy was very prolific, so you had like Willow and Amy and all that sort of stuff in that series. So there's a lot of pop culture witches around. And it was really those sort of things that was like, ooh, I could do magic. I could do spells, I could do all this sort of thing, and it was from those kind of shows that I got into witchcraft and where I am today, 17 years down the track. So, for that point, Charmed was amazing. Enjoying and watching the series at the time was incredible, and I go back now and it's very cringeworthy, whether it be fashion styles or spell casting, or that whole entire process, but as a concept and as a series, I still find it quite amazing. Seasons 1 through 7 were incredible. I don't even want to address season 8. It was horrific. But I love the whole idea behind sisterhood coming together. The few times that they did touch upon seasonal festivals, looking at each of the sisters' powers, so really being able to control things with your mind, being able to stop time, or alter time really, and being able to see the future and empathic abilities as well. So really, kind of the whole concept and structure was well done there. There's a lot of moments where I'm just like, I don't know who was studying your lore or your information, and whether they were just trying to avoid accidentally summoning something into the series. I believe it was the wedding episode when they had Hecate being this demon goddess sort of creature happening, and the way that they perceived her. But I think most of the series was really about like 3 strong independent women entering into relationships, having everyday lives, and knowing that they have this witchcraft secret as part of their whole entire journey that they have to deal with, and constantly being berated by demons and white lighters and dark lighters and all those sci-fi, well, not sci-fi, but like all the fantasy different things coming through. But it always came back to sisterhood, so really that bond, that connection, and I feel like that sort of thing can be carried into like our solitary work, but also our work with groups and work with partners, and really that relationship we develop with witchkin and all of that. So really how we relate to others, but also I think from there, I guess you can kind of take on there is that hereditary storyline that plays through all of it. So when they go back and they birth their great whatever first witch, Melinda Warren, into the family sort of thing, starting their lineage, there is that kind of like hereditary pass down through the whole entire Book of Shadows, the history of all their magic and witchcraft, and the points where Grams and all that tell them that they can write their own spells into the book. And I believe Paige does it the most in seasons 4 onwards. Starts writing like things and adds them to the book. I believe the other sisters at points put in little notes and all that sort of stuff. I'm also curious how thick will the book get, considering there's going to be generations adding to it. And then there's also the challenge that the next lineage kind of goes to Wyatt and to Chris. But then it's that kind of matriarchal line gets cut there. But then I believe some of the other sisters have little girls, so there's an option there for that to pass down. I think as a witch source material, it's not that great. Not really, but it's fun. It's just like something joyous and joyful to watch, and the fashion is hilarious. The weird altercations and situations they get into is hilarious. I think they do face some real like drama and trauma through the whole entire series, and it's handled really quite well. Each of the sisters goes through their trials. They go to the dark side for part of their journey through the whole series. Get turned into weird creatures at some point. I think they even joke about it, that you're not really one of the sisters until at least you've been turned to the dark side or a creature at some point. Yeah, I just enjoy watching it. It's a fun little series. I think they get the mythology right sometimes, but not all the time. And it's not like I go face demons every single... Well, okay, this is a lie. I don't face, like, demons like in Charmed, but there's things like depression, anxiety, negativity, those kind of demons that we face nowadays. And I think it's also addressed in some of those episodes when they're facing the demon of fear and that sort of thing. It really addresses kind of like a psychological aspect in that sense. So there's really that... We'll put a physical form and shape to a psychological concept and see how they deal with this and how they process through all of that. So there is that kind of mental psychological process that they go through as well. So there's always that interest, and things like the 7 deadly sins when they get infected with them, and it amplifies their natural tendencies. So I think there's a whole amazing like deconstruction that can happen with Charmed. I think you can also just enjoy it for the surface value that it is. And yeah, pick out the little bits of lore and everything you want from it. But yeah, just really enjoy it for what it was. I believe they're looking at doing a reboot, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, seasons 1 through 7 are amazing, and there's that last season. No. But yeah, I think that's it. All I can say really on this. If I was to be any of the sisters, I would totally want to be... Well, I'd want to have Piper's powers, for sure, because they were my favourites. Or Paige's. Piper or Paige would be probably my sister of choice. Because orbing would be so convenient. But then again, you have to deal with all the white lighter things there. And then Piper's pretty much the matriarch in the whole entire family who holds it all together. So, but she married Leo, and for quite a while he was pretty cute. So either one works. Who would you be if you were one of the sisters? Or which powers would you want from the series? And who was your favorite demon through the whole entire series? Like the Demon of Fear was probably one of my favorites. Or of course, there's good old Balthazar. All the issues and dramas around Balthazar. But yeah, that's it for this weekend. I'm headed off to Oz Comic Con right after this upload, so hopefully I will film some fun footage there, and you might see that there. And to everyone in the Southern Hemisphere, I hope you have an amazing spring equinox. And to all of those in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you have an amazing autumn equinox. And much love and blessings. Mwah.